Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is October 5th, 2021, and the news is brought to you by Analogue Spotlight, a group of photographic retailers and manufacturers who have joined together to support analog photographic media and help keep analog photography thriving worldwide. The brands are Cameradactyl, Cosmo, Foto, Chroma cameras, Reveni Labs, RealitySoSubtle, Intrepid cameras, Pixl-ltr, Brooklyn film cameras, ONDU cameras, standard cameras, 20th century cameras, Pictoriographica, Analogue, Wonderland, Cinestill, large format camera store, Carmencita film lab, and redesigns. Remember, you have Nico 10 as a 10% discount for rhdesigns.co.uk, for that RH design stuff if you want to get a discount. So first of all, sorry for not doing the news last week. Had a few meetings at work, ended up very late. I did post the Timo Hissa video, which a lot of you have given me very nice words about. I was very excited to produce that. I did it here at work with Camera Rescue, and it was one of those things that you always want to do more of, but it's hard to take the time. So to be honest, gear reviews and camera news are cool, but talking about photography and with photographers is really cool, but usually doesn't pay the bills so well because people like cameras more than they like artists for some reason. So I hope to do more, but yeah, just take that into consideration. You could also become a Patreon. Always helps to have a bit more spending money for projects like that. So in the news, we have a Light Lens Lab coming out with the 50mm Elcan replica. It's going to be 200 to 235 grams depending on the finishes. They're going to have one in brass and titanium if I'm not wrong. It's going to be 36mm width and 51mm length. It's going to be filter thread standard 39mm or E39. Design is 4 elements in 4 groups. Ultra astigmat design. I'm all reading this because I don't know it by heart. Just like the original Elcan or KE7A. Fully brass body, titanium, like I said. Available in LTM, like a thread mount, or like a M mount, which is really cool, with native adapter, and there's a bunch of colors and options. It's scheduled to be released in late this month, early next month, November 2021, and the price is around 1,600 Canadian for the chrome black paint. So that's the kind of thing. It's still very hard to find them. There's only a few places I found information about the Light Lens Lab, and I'll leave the link to one of the people I've been talking who is based in Canada, but it's just, it seems to be not an official store of some sort. It's more like someone that's helping the brand sell around the world. Then we have news from Cameradactyl and Brooklyn Film Cameras, both sponsors of the show, who have done something really cool. Ethan has created a 20x24 camera with the cool part of a 20x24 self-developing back. Like we know, Ethan's been working on these self-developing backs, which basically is like a film back with chemistry pod inside. Well, not pod, but like space to throw chemistry inside. So he exposes RA4 paper in a camera, taking a picture with a lot of strobes because you're gonna do filtration for direct positives. And then it has like a slit where you can dump chemistry and develop inside the back without having to take it out and take it to a darkroom, which is really, really cool. They've opened basically a whole studio called Wickoff Windows, and it's run by Brooklyn Film Camera. You can book a session with that and basically take 20x24 positive images. We won't say Polaroids because it's not Polaroids, but it's the closest thing available nowadays, and price-wise is probably much cheaper. I think they're doing $100 sessions, which is really cool. I've already seen a couple fellow YouTubers doing videos, like Eduardo Pavez, and in an instant doing some takeovers of the studio, which is really, really cool. And it's in New York, of course, so not available for everybody, but it's really cool to see. Then we have news from Film Lab app. As you know, Film Lab was a software that's come out through a Kickstarter to basically invert your film scans from either your phone or a tablet or a digital camera. Well, there's been a native Mac, at least Mac that I don't know PC world, sorry guys, program that's been working really well with folders and stuff like that. But now he's launching the Film Lab app 2 for iOS, sorry Android users, which will let you have a bunch of features. So I've been using the beta test on an iPad, and you can create folders, bring in from an SD card images, put them in there, and it's almost automatic how it converts things. It's amazing. It is taking like the center of the image to calibrate, so when you flip the images, sometimes rotate them in app, it will do some weird color shifts, but then it usually goes back to normal. And then you could also manually set them to different things. I've been giving Abe a lot of feedback on the app and things I was missing, like cropping and other things. Hopefully the release today, which is Tuesday, will have all these things integrated. If not, there'll be a next release in a few weeks or months, which should have all that implemented into the app. It's honestly one of those apps that makes you not have to pay a subscription, not subscription to Adobe, so no Lightroom subscription, no Photoshop subscription. You can subscribe to the app or you can buy it in one-time purchase. It's like $149 for a lifetime subscription. And also for those who backed it on the Kickstarter, have a lifetime subscription already. So for example, I backed it, so I have a lifetime and it's really, really cool. I've been really enjoying it, like I said, on an iPad. So that launches today because Abe said the days to launch analog stuff is Tuesdays. Thank you, Abe, for that. It's because of the news, basically. So then Cinestill introduces officially Redrum film in 120. They actually acknowledged the fact that I already had mentioned it in the news, but they hadn't done an official statement. So there's an official statement of Cinestill Redrum, which is a red scale film, Cinestill film, Cinestill 800T red scale, basically. So it's available as a limited thing. You can buy it at Cinestill and also at Photo Impex, which is cool. And yeah, basically red scale film with halos because it's Cinestill's 800T, which doesn't have the remjet layer, so you can see kind of like through the film and any lights make halos. So very cool. Then they also seem to have changed some design of their boxes. The CES41 basically chemistry kit seems to have a retro look, which is pretty cool. Remember, like, it resembles to me the old Jobo chemistry kits and like tanks and so on. So pretty cool. Talking of chemistry, we have Bellini chemicals now going to be available in the US. Someone sent me an email about Bellini chemicals now being available in the US through Freestyle. So Freestyle, based in, if I'm not wrong, LA, will start carrying these chemicals, and they have stuff like C41 kits that actually have bleach and fix, separate, not blicks, like tetanals, and so on. So if you're excited for that, that will be available soon. Then a new chemical that hasn't been seen anywhere else but on Cat Labs is Bergger's Cyanotype kit. So basically Bergger, the French company making film, paper, and chemistry, has launched a Cyanotype kit with an A/B solution to do prints with UV light or sun. Very cool for kids, especially because it's usually kid friendly. It's not really that toxic in any way. So that's pretty cool, but I have no information except for the one from Cat Labs, not from Bergger, not from anywhere else. So it is a new product, but it seems to not be so easy to find any info on. Then we have an update from Reveni Labs with the Spotmeter. He is running into some slower production than he expected because he is basically having problems with the sensor alignment. He's created some jibs, I guess, to like assemble them and so on. So Matt is working towards finishing as soon as possible, but there are some little hiccups. He is really good at updates on his Kickstarter campaign. He even left it open, which I really appreciate, Matt. So you can read it, either your backer, a post pre-order, or someone like me that's just doing the news or wanting to know more about the project. Talking about projects that haven't done the same good communication, we have New 55. Someone wrote me a while ago, I think on a Superfilm support, about New 55 being dead and having taken people's money and orders and so on. Well, it looks like they've had some bumps on the road, but they're back to production. I don't know if it's been health issues or work issues or money issues or anything like that, but they posted on Instagram that they are back on track onto fulfilling orders, and also supposedly they lost the emails, and I don't know, they've had a few different problems. But New 55 seems to be live and going which is always good news. If you don't know what NU 55 is, it's a substitute for the Polaroid 55 peel apart 4x5 film. Beautiful negatives, beautiful positives, ISO 100 and 400 black and white film to shoot on Polaroid 545 holders on 4x5 cameras. Just quick roundup. Then we have 20th Century coming out with a left hand grip for the pacemaker camera, Graflex pacemaker for the 3x4 and 4x5. It screws into the tripod mount on the side, so that lets you kind of like hold the camera with, you know, a good, grip. So that will be available already if you want to. And then we have the FPP, the everybody's favorite podcast, coming out with a new film, Frankenstein 200 black and white film, available in, and this is the most interesting part, 35mm DX coded, so you can shoot it on your point and shoot camera of choice. So DX200, which is really cool. 120 film, medium format. 620 film, also medium format, just different spool. And 4x5. So all these formats are available now through the FPP store. This is not sponsored anyway. I just really like the guys, Michael Rasso and everybody else that joins. So yeah, that film is available now. New black and white film. It probably is not a brand new film, as we know it's not so easy to just snap your fingers and make new film. But it's a good step towards, you know, having different films that maybe are not in certain markets and also branded differently and marketed differently. Plus, you're supporting a pretty cool store and podcast. I really enjoy their store. Honestly, it usually has good prices in the US. So yeah, that's the news for today. As always, you can send any information to the email below. Like I said, sorry for last week, no news. Also, really thanks everybody for Timo Hissa's video, including Timo Hissa, which was very, very patient, a very, very interesting person to meet. Made me want to sell a bunch of my gear, which I did. And you can actually see now that I have a 4x5. I've repurchased a Mamiya 7 II, sadly. And I will be selling a lot of my cameras to kind of like shrink the size. That shelf you see behind are all 35mm cameras that are going away. And there's some large format stuff going that way, which will be going away. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. As always, the news wouldn't exist if you guys wouldn't watch. And thanks to our sponsors for keeping them open for everybody to watch. See you next week. Bye.